Okay, now I'll just show you a little bit about the marine radio here. Your on-off button is here. Squelch is here. And you can see right now I've got it set on this button, which is scan. So it's scanning for any available location that it can find. Your manual channel adjustment is here. And if you're ever in a situation where you need to call the Coast Guard or in distress, you can hit this red button here and that will automatically take you to the emergency channel. And then you can sort of proceed from there to tell them what type of assistance you need. To speak through it, of course, it's just a simple speaker here. Hold the top, and you can talk right into it. So, pretty simple operation there. We'll just go ahead and shut that down, and then from there, I'll move over to the bow mount trolling motor just to give you an idea of how that works. To stabilize the motor when we're going across the road, or down the road, or across the lake, there's a ram mount here. So this is your first thing that you need to disconnect in order to get that motor operational. Usually I just flip that down and tighten it back down. Now this is your depth adjustment here. You can set that anywhere from extremely deep to shallow, and what I'm going to try to do now is set it shallow enough where I can clear the boat but still, and the trailer, but still show you the operation of the boat. So we may need some additional adjustment once we get it down, but we'll try that and see how it works. Then from there, it's a real simple system. You can either step here, push your hand down and sort of in at the same time, so it's in and down, slide the trolling motor forward, and then just slowly let it come up, and once it's up, it will actually lock itself down into position. You can kind of hear that engage there. So we need to make a little bit of adjustment just to get it down a little further and away from the boat so that we can actually turn it on and operate it. So we'll do that this way here. Okay, so I think we're in a safe position there. Of course, we can't make 180 degrees, but we can show you turning and that the unit will actually work. So to power up the hand unit here, which I have, it's just a simple touch of any button, and then you're able to operate the unit through this remote. So to turn it is just the two toggle switches here. So if you want to pan back to the trolling motor, you can see that it's turning in either direction, and then doing the same thing down on the bottom. So that'll actually move that motor one way or the other. And now to start the prop, there's a button right here in the middle. We just simply push that. That will engage the prop, and then we need to tell it how fast we want to go, basically. So you have a 1 to 10, basically, 1 being the slowest and 10 being the fastest. So once we push that, you can see that's 1/2. The motor starts to spin as we go up. It'll spin faster the whole way we go. So you've got 1 to 10, but you also have the half increments. So really you have 20 adjustments in there manually. And I can provide you with a cheat sheet on this, as well as the owner's manual, but there's a lot of other functions in here. The Rabbit, for example, will take you from any position that you're in or any speed that you're in right up to the fastest, which is 10. And then if you push it again, you'll go back down to where you were. This button is for recording trails. There's a light on it for at night. This will pause, and then this will start or end your trails. This north button is your internal compass. So once you get the trolling motor adjusted from side to side, here and here, you can hit this button and it will keep you on the same heading. It has an internal compass as well as a GPS. The GPS is far more accurate, but it will make minute adjustments and is probably best used in very shallow water or when you're trying to follow structure. If you're doing open water trolling, I would just recommend that you use the compass function. So when you first turn that on, you'll see that it comes up north, and that's going to keep your motor pointed in the same direction that it is no matter what happens. You get blown by the wind or the waves, it'll self-adjust back to the heading that you've got it on. At the same time, you can make adjustments from side to side, and then it will keep that adjustment as well. Now if you press and hold it, you're still on the north. Well, that didn't work out quite right, but if you press and hold once you're on it, it will turn you on the internal compass, and that's what we're dealing with right now. So you can, again, it's not quite as a fine of adjustment, but again, in a lot of wind or big water, that's probably the best one to use. This button down here